Ленин.
Ukrainian.
Нам, нам польское общество производит впечатление дружелюбное.
We are like Polska society, and we are not the first in your country. Your country is very beautiful. It's very old,
Tolerant.
tolerant country, and your society is very lucky.
Hi, my name is Fabio Cascais. I'm 39 years old. I'm from Brazil. I've been in Poland as part of a round-world trip. I decided to go to Poland by recommendation of some travelers that I've met in this trip. When I told them, oh, I want to go to some Eastern European countries, and then I've been in Poland 20 days, almost 20 days, most of them in Krakow. Before go to Poland, there aren't too much Polish descendants in Brazil, and then it makes that we think, oh, Polish people are a mix of German and Russian. Sorry. Now I know that it's so different. I compared when I was there, when I was in Poland, I compared Polish people behavior with Brazilian people behavior. We have something common, maybe because both are big countries, big Catholic countries, and with people that like to drink, and because of it we have this kind of we are friendly, or Polish people and Brazilian people are friendly and curious with tourists, and even that guys and girls that insistently invite you to strip clubs, if you give them 5 minutes of attention and some friendly questions, they start to tell you all the truth. Oh no, it's not so good, don't go there, or don't take a taxi here, they fare you 3 times and it's funny because I felt home when I was in Poland, and I'm sure that it was my first time, but not the last one. Dziękuję.
Okay, so my name is Joseph. I live in Rome, but I'm originally from the Philippines. Well, the general impression of the Polish people, I think they're nice. There's not much going on like during the night time, but they're very relaxed. They're friendly when you ask information and all that. They're nice. They give you, what you ask for. But unlike other cities in Eastern Europe, they're not very good in English, but Polish people are. So that's one of the nice ones.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Michael. I'm from Australia. I've been living in Krakow for about 3 months now. Originally I was travelling through Europe, backpacking, and I was only coming to Krakow for 5 days, but then I met a Polish girl and fell in love, so decided to stay. So I never thought I'd be spending quite this long in Krakow and in Poland, but it's given me a good chance to get to know the people and the society. And well beforehand, of course, the stereotypes were of vodka and, communism, or at least, former communism kind of stuff. And I'd have to say the vodka bit is definitely true. Lots of vodka, although I didn't know there'd be so many flavors of it, which I actually like, because I don't really like the plain vodka. I prefer the flavored vodkas, especially hazelnut. And the people in general, I'd say there's a big difference between the old generation and the new generation. You can definitely tell that the old generation grew up under communism and still had that kind of mindset. It's really weird walking down the street and being surrounded by so many old Polish grandmas and grandpas huddled over around the markets and stuff. But the younger generation are definitely a bit different. They speak a lot more English, so you can communicate with them more. They seem to be more optimistic than the older generation, and much more open-minded in terms of being willing to travel to other countries and perhaps work and live in other countries. And yeah, I would say that's my main impressions of Poland and Polish people.
Hi, we are from Spain. My name is Gloria.
And my name is Miriam.
And we are here studying for our Erasmus year.
And before we came here, we didn't know too much about Poland because it's so far from Spain. So we get surprised, at least me, when I arrived, because it's very pretty and it's very different from Spain actually. So I like it too much.
But people is good. There are many people in the street every day.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of international people too.
Yeah.
And we don't know actually many Polish people here, but they are two kind of people, Polish
Yeah.
people.
And
Maybe
Erasmus one.
yeah, maybe one of them they are too sympathetic and too funny, but another one they are more like they don't want to make relations, and so it's very different contrast between Polish people. And I don't know what else.
We like.
The life, I like the life because it's simply and it's affordable here in comparison with Spain.
Hi, I'm Will from Australia. I'm 25 and I was living in Krakow, Poland for 10 months last year. I was living off my Australian savings and working a little on the internet and just enjoying the beautiful historical city. So some things that I thought about Poland before I got there were that the guys fought a lot and that I'd be getting in fights at all the clubs all the time, because that's what happened to my mates when they were over there. Nothing happened. Like, compared to Australia, it is really, really safe and hardly any fights going on. I didn't see hardly any violence. So that was great. Good, pleasant surprise. So I had also the perception that Polish people were a bit cold and mistrustful, perhaps. And now I had heard it before, but it was still a big surprise that there were just so many beautiful women, beautiful Polish women. The standards are a lot higher over there, and also so many young people spoke English. I didn't have any problems living there for 10 months really. Like, I had to go down to the butcher and order my meat, but yeah, I got by surprisingly well. One thing I didn't like was all the guys in the main square handing me flyers, but after a while they started to think I was a local and they stopped giving me flyers, I think. And I would definitely want to come back. I love Krakow. It's a beautiful city, and I got to travel a lot of Poland as well, and I love Sopot, Gdańsk, and Wrocław was awesome, and the mountains, Zakopane. I had a great time.
Start. My name is Rita. I come from south of Italy. I here for a meeting. I'm a tourist now, and I think Polish people are very happy people, very wonderful people, and I think
a little crazy.
Yes, a little crazy, and I think they hit through garlic and through onion. I love Polish people.
Thank you.
My name is Pino. I don't speak English, but I speak Italian. The
Tutto bene.
Polish is very, very nice. Very nice. Good, good, good
Food,
eat.
food.
Good food. Good girls. Good girls.
Good panna.
Beautiful girls. They are very very beautiful girls. So okay.
Hi, I'm Stefano, and I'm here for a meeting also. And I think Polish girls and people are very, come si dice,
What?
simpatiche.
Sympathetic.
And we stay here for a meeting until tomorrow, but I hope we can spend some time to visit the town. Okay?
Okay.
Hi, I'm Dana Stefaniak. I'm from Buffalo, New York, and this is my third time to Poland. And I'm with my, go ahead if you
cousin. My name's Katie, also from Buffalo, New York. This is my first time to Poland.
And we are both here because we're actually opening a Polish food truck in Buffalo, New York. So we came here to explore the cuisine and learn more about it and the culture.
Okay. I think if I had any preconceptions about Poland coming in, which I didn't have many, actually at all, the only thing that I really had been sensitive to was that there was a larger sense of history of World War II here, and that was kind of a part of the social consciousness here, was knowledge of a darker history. And I don't know that I really saw it until I started to speak with someone. We had one long day with a food tour gal. We spent the whole day with her in Warsaw, walking the city, eating everywhere, talking about history and culture. And she, after hours of being together and talking about history, only then started to crack into, you could feel like a little bit of hurt when she talked about her parents during the war. But her, in her 30s, not really, just another young girl loving life, just like us.
So wait.
What about you?
Oh,
Any other?
Is that what you want me to do? Just
Yes.
talk? Okay. I guess, I've been here a couple times, so prior to coming here, I was raised in a Polish family, so I had, my whole family spoke Polish, I don't, but we did Polish traditions and stuff, so, and there's a large Polish population where we are in Buffalo, so, I guess, there's those stupid stereotypes, the jokes that, the stupid Polish jokes, not that I thought they were true, because I'm so smart. But I think that's one of the, there's always the stupid Polak jokes, and I didn't think they were true, and I don't think they're true here. And I remember the first time coming here in Krakow thinking how beautiful all the women were, and how beautiful and how well dressed everyone dresses. And I don't think I had a perception of that either way, but it was just oh my God, beauty.
That was a stereotype that I did latch onto, that everyone is tall, blonde, thin, and very stylish. Light eyes, middle income, extremely beautiful. Not entirely untrue. Not everyone looks the same. That's certainly not true. But it feels like there's a certain pride in presentation. People do dress well. From what we've seen in the bigger cities, we were in Warsaw and Krakow, and that's really my only exposure where I can get that idea. But that idea that, especially that, Polish women are beautiful and stylish, I don't know. I don't know if that was proven untrue.
It's not.
Tall, slender, gorgeous. Yeah, that's about right.
Polish stereotype, the food-wise, if Americans know the food, which, in areas where there's high Polish populations, where we live, but, my best friend lives in California, and she would know nothing about Polish traditions, customs, food, until she met me, and I showed her that. But, there's the stereotype that Polish people love vodka. True. I think it's true. And then the food-wise, it's everyone just pretty much thinks of pierogies and kielbasa. Those are your main ones that someone, when they think Polish. But after being raised in a Polish family and coming here and trying to eat all the food,
and given our course of life here, we didn't. That's something I think others think that neither of us really thought, was that cuisine's all about sausage and pierogi and that's it. But I mean, that's what I think others think, not really us.
Right, but yeah, and especially after being here, we've tried more things that I ever even knew. I mean, I knew there was more, but I had never eaten some of those things. So we've been introduced to a lot of different types of food that are traditionally Polish, and love them all. The older generation is close. Like my grandmother, I know, but like, I mean, I think that's a byproduct of being here during a war. Was very like, you know, if someone were German, no. If they were Russian, no. But I can't necessarily say I blame her for what she went through when she was here. But like, I don't think I would think that of a Polish person raised in this generation.
I didn't feel that at all.
Yeah, I think that's an old thing. But I don't.
The one thing I could say that I noticed that if we were asking about like society and people is that the younger generation was also much more welcoming and friendly and eager to show us Poland than an older generation. I think they looked at tourists as if, you know, like this, like an annoyance maybe, whereas the younger generation wanted to share, wanted to show us life and history and stuff.
Yeah. But we've also learned that if you were invited into a Polish home, and I know this to be true for my grandmother, they will always be feeding you and making sure that you're well fed and that you have they're very, and like even being raised in I don't know if this is an actual Polish thing or my grandma just did it, but like at Christmas, we always sat an extra chair with no one there. I don't even know if you knew that. But in case someone comes by, they'll have a place to sit. So like I know that to be true of my grandmother, like that was a hospitable thing that she wanted to make sure if someone would come, they would be felt welcome.
Yes.
Okay, you can start.
Okay. Hello, my name is Jorge. I'm from Spain, and I think the Polish people at the beginning look close, but after a few minutes talking with them, I think are really, really kind and good people. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Clément. I'm 20 years old. I'm French.
My name is Justine and I'm French too.
Qu'est-ce que vous faites dans la vie? Yes, we study law together.
In Paris.
In Paris. Before I thought that Polish drink a lot. No, I think I was true.
Because our friend here drank vodka this morning at 11. So yeah, they drink a lot.
But we didn't meet enough Polish to know something about them, but they're nice, very nice.
Hi there, cześć, my name is Gergely Kemecsei, nazywam się Gergely Kemecsei I uczę się polskiego. I'm from Hungary and I'm 22 years old, studying in Budapest currently, and I've been to Poland numerous times, so I have first-hand experiences about how Polish society, culture is different and is unique. So first of all, what really surprised me is that Polish people are really church-going. It doesn't affect the layer of my friends, the young generation, but church really plays an important role in people's lives. Second thing is also connected to church. I took part in a kolenda, in a priest visit, which is just such a unique experience that I couldn't think about it before that it exists. Even though I'm from a Catholic country, I never heard about such tradition. It really surprised me. The third thing is that Polish people actually get married. So here in Hungary, my friends are not married, none of them. But in Poland, I took part in 2 awesome wedding parties and church ceremonies also. So it seems that Polish people tend to commit themselves to the other in a relationship earlier than in Hungary, and also in a legally binding way. Third is that Polish people are really hospitable towards other nations, especially towards Hungarians. Whenever I introduce myself, I tell them that I'm from Hungary. I hear Polák węgiel dwa bratanki because most of the people know that saying at least, or know something about Hungary, so I feel welcomed. But on the other hand, for me, the personal relations are a bit more distant. So when there is someone meeting a new person, then like giving kisses is really a non-common way of greeting someone new. While in Hungary, direct body connections are just regular, even for the first visit. To wszystko. Thank you very much. Dziękuję bardzo.
Okay, so before I came to Poland, I think quite a lot like everybody else, that it was quite an old country where everyone was farmers and they drank vodka and all the cities were really dirty. And I'd been to places like Belgrade before and I thought, it's going to be pretty similar to that, quite industrial and quite like stern-faced Eastern European. But and I thought it was cold. I thought it was going to be really cold. And then I came here in June and I was sweating like a pig for about a week. It was really hot. About the Polish. I realised how much vodka you drink. That was a nice surprise. I realised that your beer, I think, after I came here, your beer is probably the best in Europe. Here in February 2013. And since then, I've noticed about the beer, how about your food, how good your food is. It's very sour and starchy, which suits me very nicely because I like bad food. I also noticed how hard your language was, and that I think it's probably one of the hardest languages I've ever studied. Also, how you are, and how beautiful your women are, of course, which was a stereotype that I'd heard of before, and one that I was quite happy to find was absolutely right. So yeah, that's hard liquor and beautiful women. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello, I'm Stephen. I'm from Bristol in England.
I'm Sam. I'm from Derbyshire, England.
I'm Jack. I'm from Liverpool, England. Okay, so in Leicester, where I'm from originally, I grew up. We had a lot of Polish migrants over the past 20 or 30 years, and a lot of them come and they work, and a lot of them send their money back to Poland. Now, it's not my opinion, but the general consensus of a lot of people who live in the outskirts of Leicester is that Polish people are coming and stealing people's jobs. Yeah, stealing all the nice houses, all the jobs.
Benefits.
Yeah, benefits is a big one. So they scapegoat a lot of Polish people for the problems in society, which is completely wrong. Yeah, it's not. It's uneducated, ignorant assumption. Blaming Polish people for the state of the country and the economy and for their own misfortune. So that's quite a widespread thought, I guess, in Leicester.
Yeah. We've, when I came here, I was always told that Polish hate us coming over, and we sort of hate them, and I think that's how it is. But no, turns out only the lads hate us.
And spoke to, not a lot of people understand Polish culture, and there's not a huge willingness to learn about it. Like we were saying before about blaming Polish people for problems in society, it kind of means that people feel that Polish people should learn about English culture and not the reverse. So nobody speaks the language. I mean, not many people speak the language compared to like Spanish or French. And there's not a lot of Polish culture in the media, so on TV or anything like that. There's very, very little. So the only way of finding out about Polish culture is, for me, was the people I work with, and they told me about language and just general culture, why Krakow is great for the arts and things like that. But otherwise, it'd be very difficult to find out about that.
Have good alcohol, and that's true. You have good alcohol.
I think a lot of people who come to Poland, a lot of people were surprised that we were actually going on holiday in Poland for anything else other than going on like a stag do for drinking, that kind of thing. So Poland tends to be seen as a place to go away for cheap alcohol and drinking and that kind of stag do culture, I guess. Whereas I think that's very unfounded. People were very ignorant in what Poland has to offer, the kind of cultural exchange that you can get by going to Poland. But again, I think a lot of people are scared off of the culture because they know nothing about it. All they see of Polish culture is people back home stealing their jobs. So there's no way of them really getting involved with it, which I think is a big problem.
There's a bit of consensus that Poland's a couple of years behind us, like in technology and living standards and stuff.
Hello, I'm Pete. I'm 25 years old from Australia. What I'm doing in Poland is filming some interviews with people in the streets about dating and sex and trying to start an internet business, but it's not really going that well. Some things that I've heard about Polish people before I came was that they can be rude and cold and unfriendly, which I don't think that's true at all. I haven't found that to be the case. With the exception of maybe sometimes service staff in shops and restaurants, they can sometimes be a little unfriendly. And the other thing I heard was that the women are beautiful, which is absolutely true. The women are gorgeous. One thing that surprised me about Polish society was I expected people here to be I expected them to not be as open and as they were and to be more conservative. But the people that I met who were my age, they were quite similar to the people that I know back in Australia actually. So they were a lot more open and definitely not as conservative as I thought they would be, which I liked a lot, and I really enjoyed my time in Poland.
Hello everybody, my name is Antonio Carlos Evangelista. I'm 24 years old and I'm from Brazil. I was in Poland for a week in the beginning of November 2012, and I was there for a small vacation with a German friend. My first contact with Polish people was in France during my exchange program in civil engineering, and also we were there because one of stereotypes always heard about Polish people. They are really friendly, they are really receptive, they are traditional, really hospitable people and country. They are amazing architecture, amazing food, amazing drinks. They are really a must-see culture in Europe. So also I had a friend that advised us to go to Krakow, her hometown, a Polish friend. And one of my first impression with Polish people was in France in the class of French for foreigners. There were three girls, a little bit shy and reserved, but also really kind, smart, and participative in the correct time. Another advice that the girl from Krakow that I found her in my university residence. She studied at the same field of knowledge that mine. We could become friends. She advised me to pass by Munich and maybe take their parents, and also you could stay in their home and leave their car there and park the car there in her garage. For me, it was a little bit surprising because it was the first contact that I had with a a Polish family that they opened her house only after an advice from her daughter. It was really open for me, really hospitality. We could stay in their home for a couple of days. We had meals. We could leave the car there for all over the trip. For me, another important aspect from the Krakow is the architectural aspect. Really beautiful buildings, a traditional history, a society from the early communism. I had the opportunity to talk a museum guide, that 40 years old man, that was not so impressed with the actual system, the capitalistic one. And in the other hand, when I talk with the youngers, they are really more interested and really more excited with it, and also more hopeful.
Hi, my name is Kate. I'm 22 years old and I'm from Flagstaff, Arizona, which is just in the north of Arizona. My friend Ula asked me to help her with this project in which a native English speaker describes how they feel about Poland, and I'm happy to do this because I love Poland. But before I found out that I loved Poland, I didn't know anything about it. I had heard about it in high school and in grade school. We study it as part of world history. So we know obviously that Poland was annexed by Nazi Germany and then it was annexed by the Soviet Union. So it's kind of common knowledge here in the States. If you don't know a lot about Poland, the least you know is that it hasn't had a very happy or lucky history in the last 70 to 90 years. Might be the nice way of saying that. Other than that, not a lot is known. I think more is known about Polish people in Chicago. Honestly, that's where Polish people tend to go, but they're all over the country. There's just a lot of them in Chicago. But I don't know any stereotypes of Polish people at all. I'm not from Chicago. I've only been there once, and the only Polish people I met there were like 2 people on the side of the street. I couldn't really form a stereotype there. But another thing we know in the States of Polish people is that Pope John Paul II was Polish. And we also know that the Polish people are very proud of this fact, and in fact his face is all over Poland, especially in Krakow. So I've been to Poland twice personally. I've loved it both times. I absolutely adore Poland. I adore Polish people and Polish culture. There's nothing about Poland or what it is to be Polish that I don't like. I was incredibly welcomed there. The hospitality that I received was overwhelming. There's no other place in the world where I have felt so welcomed as I did when I was in Poland. Some surprises were the fact that everybody who I met there wanted to speak English with me. They might speak 5 words in English, or they might have 5 years or 10 years of formal education in English. It didn't matter. They all wanted to practice English with me, which I thought was really lovely, and just a great effort on their part. I, at the end, really wanted to speak Polish because I think it's such an interesting language, and it's unlike anything I've ever heard, so I'm fascinated with the Polish language. I also really appreciated how people in Poland are so willing to talk about what happened during and after the Second World War, what happened during the Soviet occupation. That is not something that I expected to hear a lot about, but I always appreciated it when I did, because in the United States we're very isolated from the war. We can only really read about it. So seeing it up close and personal and talking to people who had been through it was for me very eye-opening, very educational, and I was really grateful for that experience. It's not something that I think a lot of people have the opportunity to experience, so I like that about Poland a lot. Another thing that I love about Poland is the food and the vodka. I could eat and drink in Poland all day with Polish people. I don't know a word of Polish, but I don't really care. I know I would have a great time eating and drinking all day because the food is phenomenal and the vodka is super strong and it would just knock me over, but I would enjoy it. I'd enjoy every minute of it. And I think one of my favorite cities in the whole world is Krakow. I've been to a lot of very big cities around the world, and Krakow to me is just a very special place. It's very sweet and beautiful. It's beautiful, and the countryside around it is gorgeous. So I always appreciate that. And yeah, just all my friends who are Polish, I always miss them, and I always enjoy spending time with them. So I'm very, very lucky to know Polish people and to have spent time in Poland. And recently I discovered that on my father's side of the family, we have some Polish ancestry. And when I found that out, I got so excited. I'm something like 1/16 or 1/32 Polish. So I love that. I think that that's really exciting and something that is near and dear to me. It's very personal. So I hope that this is what Ula needed for her assignment and that she gets top marks and good grades in this assignment. And hugs and kisses from Arizona to anyone watching. Bye.
Yeah.